We are just about set to get the festivities started, and off we go on this Christmas Eve. Now return coming from the 7. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing to get things started is Mahomes. He's going to air one out right away. And that is hauled in on the right sideline. Right inside the chalk. A heck of a catch. A big play right out of the gate on the first play. 41 yards. Now the first carry for the Rutgers Scarlet Knight, Isaiah Pacheco. Here's a 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Third and long for Mahomes. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
This defensive line clearly has a beat on this offense. They've got to find a way to settle their pass protections. If they want to be able to get their quarterback in any sort of established rhythm and timing going forward, they're going to have to do a lot better job protecting them early in this game. That's already 2 sacks allowed.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Opening carry of the game for the speedster, Devon Achane. It's a nice start to the drive, a gain of 10, and a quick 1st down.
Well, we knew coming into this one, Mike, that we were going to see a lot of this guy, and we knew we'd see a lot of him early. And if that first play is any indication of the rest of this game, this defense is going to have their hands full containing him.
So, 1st and 10 now from the 30. Slot man in motion left. And a nice defensive play. They're good awareness coming through to make the play in the backfield for a loss of yardage. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
3rd and long. Here's Tua. He's got the hook up there to Waddle. Couple of 1st downs has them out to the 45-yard line as it's 1st and 10. It's Tua. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
Tight end on the move left. To the air again, Tagovailoa. Quick throw here is complete. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll send their tight end left. Tua, going to give it to Achane. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
Here's Tua now on second down. Going for it all. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Younghoe Koo now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Dolphins will take a 7-0 lead. So out is Koo. He'll kick this one away after the touchdown. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Pitts is the man in motion. Mahomes from out of the pistol. He'll throw. This caught right side by Worthy. That's a gain of 19 and a very quick first down. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. He's beyond midfield to the 45. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Once again, it's Pacheco. Yards are hard to come by there. They work it down to the 37-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. They go play action with Mahomes. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
They need to get it to the 27. This is third down. Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts. 3rd and 9. Man in motion is Brown. On 3rd down, Mahomes. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. We'll start the drive on the ground, and here comes a reverse. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. A shotgun snap for Tua. That's caught downfield by Waddle. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
That's good for a Miami Dolphins. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Tua now on 1st down. He's going to air this one out. That is caught. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. 2 touchdowns for him in the game. Numbers 10 and 11 on the year. What an opening quarter he is having. Greg, that is 2 touchdown receptions here in the 1st quarter.
Mike, all this guy has to do is keep this pace up, and he's going to have himself 8 touchdowns. But in all seriousness, if I'm this quarterback, I'm not looking anywhere else until this defense proves they have an answer. Because right now, they don't have one.
So out is Coop. He'll kick this one away after the touchdown. This will be returned from the 6. Now an opening past the 30. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. So after 1, it's the Dolphins with the early lead. And we're back to South Florida after this. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. And he's going to have a first down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line. Here's Mahomes. Gonna fire. Deep ball for Rice. And they're gonna get this all the way down inside the 5.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. Here's Pacheco. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here now, 2nd down and goal. One more time with Pacheco. Good blocking, and he's in. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Golden Eagles. Touchdown number 15 for him on the season. Harrison Butker now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Golden Eagles are on the board. It's now 14-7. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll run right here. It's Achane. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tagovailoa. A pickup of 14 on that one. First down, Miami. From the gun, here's Tua. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. Now a first down throw for Tua. And that ball incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Mike, considering how this offense has played in the first couple possessions, I'm surprised that one wasn't completed. It seems like that's the first miss of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Continue to build on this momentum because so far they've come out hot in this one.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Tua to throw again. That's taken in by Achane. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Throwing again, it's Tua. And that is incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Whose kick is good. And the Dolphins build their cushion to 10. It's now 17-7.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
From the 6, here comes a return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Man in motion is Brown. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a 1st down.
Trust me, Mike, I've been there. You're this close to the goal line. You're thinking you're going to score, and it's going to be 6. You're fighting, you're clawing, but you can't lose the ball. Everything has to be about protecting the football. Your heart drops when that ball slips out of your hands, and in this case, kind of dodges a bullet as this one goes harmlessly out of bounds.
On 1st down, it's Mahomes. To the left side in the hands of Rice. And he's in. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Golden Eagles.
And here's a great example, Mike, of how experience and having some veteran players at these key spots, they can work so well together. The whole idea is you need to see the game through the eyes of the quarterback, and I think that's what the receiver did such a nice job in. He was on time, he was accurate, and you never fool your quarterback. When you have 2 guys like this that are operating on the same page, you can see the result.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. On 1st and 10, here's Tua. And this will be incomplete, but a penalty flag down on the play. And let's see who's guilty. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Throwing is Tua. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Tight end motioning left. On 2nd down, here's Tungo Vailoa.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Now a 3rd and 2. He'll try and run it here. It's Achane. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
And the Dolphins, first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
First and 10. Here's Tungo Vailoa. Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
Now Tua. This one complete to Bateman. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
To throw on second down, it's Tua. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Touchdown Miami. That's his 3rd touchdown of the game and number 12 of the year. And that is the hat trick. What a game. His 3rd touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys at him. They're playing man, they're playing zone. It doesn't matter. This guy is having his way, and he's having a day.
Koo able to add the extra point. And the Dolphins go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. A return now from the 4. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Pitts is the man in motion. First down throw, Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's going to wind up incomplete, but a penalty flag is down on the play. Let's see what that's all about. So now, after the penalty, a much tougher prospect to convert in his 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. He's got it! And he will take this one in. 77 yards for the touchdown.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center, because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can, and when you connect, it is a thing of beauty, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the 1st half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. On 1st down, Tagovailoa. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
He just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
That's caught on the right side by Waddle. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
You can't run plays like this, Mike, if you don't have incredible pass protection. I mean, he started on the left side of the formation, and look how far he had to go across the field before that ball was caught. That's going to take time. That's going to take a lot of trust in that quarterback, in his protectors, to know he can stand tall in that pocket and wait for his receiver to break open.
On 1st down, here's Tagovailoa to throw. Sending it deep for Waddle. And that is caught. Well, he stayed in bounds. A terrific catch.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. You can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Out is Younghoe Koo to try the field goal. This will be a 46-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Dolphins going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They send the tight end in motion. He keeps it himself.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
Here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Tua. Open man is beaten. He's got him. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem. And plays like that are a lot. Think about it. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there. And that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
Tua now on 1st down. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Here's Tua now on 2nd down. There's that man again. Another catch. His 8th reception of the game. And good for a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Again, it's Tua. Quick hitting slant there. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. So not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. The tight end going in motion to the left. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's got another one. Touchdown, Dolphins. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Here's Coop for the extra point. He's got it. And the Dolphins will extend this third quarter lead. So out is Coop. He'll kick this one away after the touchdown. This is going to be taken in at the 3. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Play action here. Mahomes. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. And he's going to take this one all the way. 77 yards. It's a touchdown. And Butker on for the extra point. He gets it to go. And the Golden Eagles are back within 6. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Now a first down throw for Tua. That's complete. It's Waddle. He's close to a first down. To gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Quick throw, taken in. There he goes again. Wow, out of bounds, inside the 10. It's 1st and goal. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 54 yards. From the gun, here's Tua. That is caught left side by Waddle. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now,
a dive, and he's in. Touchdown, Miami. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
On the handoff, this is HN.
That decision to go for 2 was made up from the very beginning. The moment they scored, you could see the head coach. He's signaling, we're going for 2. The touchdown was obviously a disappointing outcome defensively, but to able to get that stop, they can at least come off the field and catch their breath.
This returnable from the 4. And that's well done by the kicking team. He's only able to make it past the 15-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. The throw on the run is complete. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Off the play fake. Mahomes. They go right back to Rice. He's got it again. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. Couple of first downs already on this drive, and they'll go first down from the 43. Here's a handoff to Pacheco. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Mahomes back. He'll get that complete to Isaiah Pacheco. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
And in motion is Brown. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Throwing is Mahomes. Got his man at the 6. And he's into the end zone. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Golden Eagles. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field, and after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
The kick is good. Next to score, Dolphins 40. Golden Eagles 35. Harrison Butker set to kick off.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They bring the tight end in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Tua. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
This offense came into this drive hoping to extend their narrow lead, Mike, but instead, after first down, they find themselves in 2nd and forever following that big sack right out of the gate.
A shotgun snap for Tua. This one complete to Bateman. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Third and 6. Tight end on the move left. Throwing on 3rd down, Tungo Bailoa. That is intercepted. We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st down, it's Mahomes. He'll check that down to Pacheco. Yeah. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. On play action, it's Mahomes. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And in motion is Brown. Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. That's in the end zone and intercepted.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Tua. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
Doesn't it seem like that every time we see a highlight reel catch, they love showing the wide receivers and the running backs, but let's give a little love to the big tight end. I mean, what an athletic play. Understanding that ball was down and away, you've got to lay out to secure it, and not only is he able to get his hands under it and catch it initially, but he's able to survive the ground, and that's a big-time play.
That's taken in by H.N. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at their 49-yard line.
Here's Tagovailoa. Open man, that's Bateman downfield. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Tua to throw again. That's caught on the right side by Waddle. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. On third down, they'll go with Achane. That's going to be pretty close. Looks like he's got it, and he does. First down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
They'll send their tight end left. Tua now on first down. Looking underneath for Achane. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
Now Tua. He bought as much time as he could, but he will finally be taken down. Good drive to this point. Now can you convert on 3rd and 3? Now Achane. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 3. Bateman is the motion man. Here's Achane. He'll get a yard or two to the 8. 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and goal. Two minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. The ball still at the 8-yard line for 2nd down and goal. They're going to motion the tight end over here. He'll get this out wide. Stop at the 6, and that sets up 3rd and goal.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Big play coming up, 3rd and goal. They'll drop to throw. Now a screen set up for Achane. And he can only get about half of what he needed. Down to the 3, and now it is 4th and goal.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a 4th down decision to make. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So now, after the made field goal, back out is Koo to kick this one off. This is fielded inside the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Here's 1st and 10. Motion man is Rice. Oh, and a pressure there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down.
At this point in the game, you find yourself trailing. There's only so many possessions left here in regulation. Now after that 1st down sack, this is on the verge of being another wasted possession, and they're getting pretty close here to desperation time.
Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. That is hot down the field. It's Worthy. Good gainer there. They'll get him out of bounds up past the 35-yard line. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a 1st down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He'll swing one out wide to Pacheco.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
They'll come up now for 2nd down. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's complete. Left side to Worthy. Well, they hook up again. 2nd time on this drive. And this one's good for 18 yards and a 1st down.
And these are the moments in the game, Mike, where you need your best players to come through and make their presence felt. And that's exactly what he does there. Picks up a nice reception, good chunk of yards, and they keep their hopes alive.
Mahomes now to throw again. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. Right back to the air for Mahomes. He's He's going to look downfield once again. And he gets marked out of bounds, but inside the 5-yard line. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 33 yards. Here is 1st and goal. Man in motion is Brown. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player. And when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just have to make.
Go again from the 3. It is 2nd and goal. Man in motion is Brown. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. And this will be a touchdown. They are within a 2-point conversion of coming back to tie this game.
And what a finish this is shaping up to be, Mike. They somehow get the late touchdown with very little time left on the clock. And, of course, now everybody knows what's coming. You've got to have your best 2-point, gotta-have-it play. You've been working on it all week. Let's see what they got.
Listen to this crowd. These guys need to stop on this 2-point conversion. Listen to this crowd. These guys need to stop on this 2-point conversion. The motion man is the tight end, Turner. To throw is Mahomes. And the rush gets there. Down he goes.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
In need of a recovery and a quick field goal, here comes the onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here an onside kick, not much of a chance.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. In motion, it's Waddle. Here's a run with their tight end. They'll try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front. And they're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage. So a win here for the Dolphins. This was a game where both offenses were up